These are papers for divorce. These little pieces of paper, little flimsy pieces of paper, can break and end something that's so strong in somebody's heart.
I did it.
Alright guys, buckle up because this story begins with a woman standing on the edge of a life-changing decision, holding divorce papers in her hands and struggling to accept what they represent. As she stares at the documents, she speaks about lost dreams, broken hopes, and the pain of watching an 8-year marriage come apart. She describes the papers as flimsy pieces of paper capable of destroying something that once felt unbreakable. Yet despite her tears and emotional words, the reality remains that she is the one choosing to move forward with the divorce. Throughout this moment, she attempts to reconcile her love for her husband with the reasons she believes the marriage cannot continue. The emotional conflict is obvious, but so is the uncertainty. From the very beginning, it becomes clear that this decision is not bringing her peace. It is bringing confusion, regret, and emotional turmoil.
So, here's this. These are papers for divorce. And it's very sad. I don't understand how 8 years of trying my best to love somebody and fight for them and put up with so much abuse can just be wiped out with little papers. It's not easy. And as much as I know that this needs to happen, it still hurts. Because I never wanted this. I actually did love him. And I know how can you love somebody that does those things to you? I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe I see brokenness in people, and I know that we can all be better people and heal if we want to. I'm sad because this is the dreams that I had for us as a family and as husband and wife, and these little pieces of paper, little flimsy pieces of paper, can break and end something that's so strong in somebody's heart. It's hard. I'll get through, but I'm sharing my journey with you guys, every part of it. Just so you know that you're not alone, and you guys make me feel not alone. So, here goes.
As the divorce process officially begins, the emotional weight of her decision starts crashing down on her almost immediately. Only a short time after filing, she openly admits that she feels devastated and overwhelmed. Looking around her home, she sees reminders of the life she once imagined and struggles to accept that those dreams may never become reality. The decorations, the memories, and the plans she built in her mind now feel like painful reminders of what has been lost. She compares the experience to the death of hope itself, describing a deep emotional pain that keeps her awake at night. Yet beneath the sadness lies another important detail. Despite filing for divorce, she still secretly hopes her husband will suddenly change, apologize, and fight to save the marriage. That hope becomes the center of her emotional struggle, revealing just how conflicted she truly is.
Day one after filing, and I feel so sad. I know I'm going to go through different emotions, but right now I feel sad. I think the last time I felt a pain like this was when my mom died. And in a way, this is a death of hope. And I look around and I just want to scream. Like, I see the Christmas trees that I put up and all this beautiful home and all my dreams I had for us. I just want to scream. I just want to run away. I don't want to see any of this. It hurts, I don't want to see it. I know that this is going to be a process for me, ups and downs. And I'm sure, you kind of probably like, Corey, smile, like, get over it, but this is my page to heal and to be brutally honest about every piece of this journey. So I barely slept last night. I've got a migraine. My heart's broken. And so much of me wishes that he'd be like, I'll change, I'll fix this, I love you, I'm sorry for all the things I said, you never deserved it, I'll never say that again, I'll pay attention to you, I'll communicate with you, I'll lose my anger. It's not going to change. But I guess I'm somebody that will always have hope, because not always have hope. Until the divorce is done, I'll always have hope that things could change. And I guess that's just me being stupid, I'm sure many of you would say. Or maybe it's just me trying to see the good in everybody. I don't know what it is. I'm not weak. I don't know why I became this woman. Who am I? But this is where I'm at today, this morning.
Things become even more complicated as she begins speaking openly about what she expected to happen after filing the paperwork. Instead of finding certainty in her decision, she reveals that part of her wanted a dramatic reaction from her husband. She imagined him promising to change, begging for another chance, and finally becoming the partner she always wanted him to be. However, reality is rarely as predictable as fantasy. As the days pass, she realizes that the response she expected may never come. This realization leaves her questioning herself, her choices, and even her own identity. At one point, she openly admits that she no longer knows who she is. The confidence she may have felt while filing the divorce begins to disappear, replaced by doubt and emotional exhaustion. The entire situation starts to look less like a calculated decision and more like a person struggling to understand what they truly want.
And I deleted it, but I need to respond to it. Someone asked to hear my husband's side. So let me tell you, my husband's side. Well, he loved me and gave me everything he had, and did everything in the world for me. And you know what? I have to tell you though, actually, to his credit, he did do so much for me. Except show me love and respect and attention and hold me and kiss me and look at me and communicate with me and try to have conflict resolution ever. He did everything in the world that money could do or he could physically do, but emotionally, he's been gone since month 2, and I happen to be pregnant. So there's that, and that's very typical of the personality type I'm dealing with.
Now the conversation shifts toward her view of the marriage itself. While discussing her husband's side of the story, she surprisingly acknowledges that he provided many things throughout the relationship. According to her, he worked hard, supported the family, and did numerous practical things for her. However, she insists that the relationship lacked emotional connection, affection, communication, and validation. In her eyes, those missing pieces outweighed everything else. She explains that material support could never replace emotional attention. Whether viewers agree with her assessment or not, her comments reveal the central conflict of the marriage. It was not necessarily about finances or responsibilities, but about emotional expectations. As she continues speaking, it becomes increasingly clear that she measured the success of the relationship through emotional fulfillment, while believing her husband consistently failed to meet those expectations. The gap between those expectations and reality appears to have widened over time.
I've got a business idea. We need to come up with a robot boyfriend or girlfriend, partner, whatever, for people that are going through a divorce. That way, you don't feel super lonely, and you can or is there like a service of men or women, but for me it'd be man, that I could buy to just give me compliments all day and tell me he loves me and everything's gonna be okay, and call me and check on me and just build me the hell up, and
because I don't actually want someone. I just want some affirmation right now. So we need to create a service like this. I'm taking applicants right now.
This might come out as a joke, but remember that it is the same thing she said about what was wrong with her ex-husband. This means that it is in her belief that a man should compliment and validate her all the time.
What happens next offers a revealing glimpse into her emotional state following the separation. In a moment that many viewers found surprising, she jokes about creating a service that would provide people going through divorce with a robot partner whose sole purpose would be offering compliments, encouragement, and constant reassurance. While presented humorously, the deeper message is difficult to ignore. She openly admits that she craves affirmation and emotional support during one of the most difficult periods of her life. The loneliness of divorce has clearly begun taking its toll. At this stage, the focus is no longer on legal paperwork or marital disputes. Instead, it becomes a story about emotional dependence, self-worth, and the search for comfort after a relationship falls apart. Her comments reveal a person desperately trying to fill an emotional void while navigating the uncertainty of life after marriage.
It's Corey, and I'm finally ready. I know a lot of you were probably cringing that I gave him another chance. I spent the past year with the divorce filed, sitting in the court, and doing all the things on all the lists that he said I should do. And what I learned is that didn't stop the abuse. In fact, I'm still told that what I'm experiencing isn't abuse, and I'm making it up. An incident happened a few days ago where he had an iPad and he was holding it up saying he was going to bash my effing face in. So I contacted the Domestic Violence Center, and we are getting a TPO started, and that's where I'm headed. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos during this process because this was so therapeutic for me before, to get this out, and hopefully my story helps somebody else. I've been in this for 8 years. I did believe it was all my fault because that's what I was told. And now I know it's not. And I know that this is actually abuse. And
just when it appears the story is moving toward a final conclusion, another unexpected twist emerges. After spending significant time apart and allowing the divorce process to continue, she decides to give the relationship another chance. For nearly a year, she attempts reconciliation and claims she worked through various issues that had previously been discussed. Yet according to her, the second attempt ultimately produced the same disappointing results. Rather than finding healing, she says the problems only continued. This return to the relationship highlights the uncertainty that has surrounded her decisions from the very beginning. One moment she seems determined to move forward, and the next she is willing to revisit the past. The cycle of leaving, returning, and questioning herself becomes one of the defining characteristics of the entire situation, leaving observers wondering whether either side truly understood how to repair the relationship.
I did it. I didn't even get to tell everything. But I did it. I stood up for myself. I told the truth. Only a little bit of what's going on, and I'm sure I won't get a 12-month one, but I stood up for myself. I stood up for my daughter. And he can never hurt me again. Because now he's on notice. I don't even know. I'm so sad, but I feel so relieved to just tell the truth.